thought I may as well, because everything was ready to go. I can get the camera exactly where I want it. There we go. How's that? Good. Hopefully, I won't throw anybody out that I've started a few minutes early. Just gives me time to open my can. Stuff like that. There we go. Just do a little song and dance routine at the start. There we go. That's what we're painting tonight. Good evening, Ben. Thought I'd started just a few minutes early just to catch everyone out. Tonight's victim is the Arab baggage set from Gripping Beast, as always, for the what's it called? Escort, I think it's called, the scenario in the Book of Battles. I will be corrected if I'm wrong, I'm sure, once Rich gets here. Yeah, so these are the bad boys. As you see, this is what you get in the pack. You get your three bases of them. That's some angry looking goat in it, you know what I mean? And yes, it's the little boy goat. So what, put the little boy goat on there, then the lady goat can follow with, or go in front. We're not goatist in this Pirate Rich. Right, I'm going to stop arsing about, and I'm going to start getting some paint on these, because there's a lot to paint tonight. And I'll let you guys catch up when we're going. Oh, so that's the code again, is SSC02. I think they're 22 quid. They're quite, it was, I think so. Don't quote me on that. But I think that's the price of them. I did check earlier for that info, just to, so I could let you guys know, and then I forgot it. Yes, I will crack on. So I'm going to use instead of barbarian flesh, I'm starting with the darker one, tanned flesh. Put the wash over that, it's going to look a little darker. I've got the camera in the right place, I've swapped it out for a little bit. Yeah, it's quite a neat little set this, I thought. There's two of them, there's the more kind of dark age one. So how are you tonight then, Ben? What have you been up to this week? Anything good? In fairness, I think painting these all separate and then sticking them onto the base is actually the way I'd usually approach these, but because we're doing a video. All right, how did that go? Don't tell me up in flames. Evening, Jeremy. How are you? Yeah, so after I basically cleaned them up, stuck their staffs on and that's pretty much all I had to do. Um, Stuck them to the bases. Done our usual Zenithal highlight. Zenithal. I always say that, didn't I? Zenithal undercoat with Vallejo black and grey. Ghost grey. I thought I'd better paint them in situ, which is going to make a few things a little bit harder, but hey, it makes it a bit more of a challenge, isn't it? There you go. That's what tanks are supposed to do, though, isn't it? In fairness. Ah, lovely. Well, that cheered up your weekend a lot then. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one, that, isn't it? Okay, mate. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Basilisk Brown for the camels, but I'm gonna do it very watered down. I'll see if there's any left in there. Yes. Nearly. Some of these paints are running out a little bit. So see, we're just fanning that out with the medium. At the moment, I'm using the crap tut brush with no tip on it, no point. I think it helps sometimes to have a. I used to do a lot of painting like areas like this with, and I used to use a wedge-shaped brush. You know what I mean? Oh, I think it was a Revel Humbrol. It's a nice flat-ended brush. I used to use that, and just use a pointy one for. It does speed you up a little bit. I don't know if you saw on talking of speed painting, I on Twitter, sorry, X. What do we do? Do we start calling it X now? Has it been long enough? Does everyone know what I mean by X? Or I've got to say it's formerly Twitter still? I don't know. Why didn't you just keep it as Twitter, for heaven's sake? It wasn't a bad name for it, was it? Then you could do a tweet. What do you do now? An X? I don't know. But anyhow, yeah, I bought Hero Quest game and thought, oh, I know I'll paint all the miniatures because we wanted to play it, obviously, and we wanted to play it rapidly. So I used just the speed paints on it and just smashed it out. And it took me like less than a day to paint it with the speed paints. But I was really quite surprised. It really worked for the level of detail on the miniatures. And then I obviously put some pictures up on X and was firmly putting my place for being too efficient. Yes. So we're just really hitting this with a thin. We want to use that Zenithal. I went quite heavy with the grey because there's some quite bright colours in these. Yes. Oh yeah, so weekend's exciting. You got the Beastie Boys are running a sword point event in Cirencester at Big Battles. So I shall be popping down there tomorrow at some point. I'll do a little bit of filming, get some photographs of it. I'm going to attempt to go live as well, so you might be interrupted at points with notifications if you've got notification bell on. That'd be me at sword point. Looking at I think they're doing it's a medieval one because they always have a period they're playing in. Pretty sure it's medieval, so it should look quite pretty tomorrow. As the Major Saw points one that I prefer to spectate than play myself. It's just I get far too distracted to my concentration span's not what it was when we were doing back in the WRG days. Oh yes, back in the day. Yeah, I tried to set the camera at a bit of a steeper angle today, so I think it's working all right. Yeah, so that'd be quite interesting. I do like big battles. The guys that run big battles, Andy and they're just such good guys. It's basically their man cave. In fairness, that's it. They're welcoming you into their man cave to play your games, which is what you need. The sort of place you need to find. And yeah, so I'm gonna also take a big box of painted miniatures with me. Just waft them around underneath their nose, see if I can tempt them into purchasing some off me. Hence alleviating some of the pile up I've got of miniatures in this room. I thought this would be a good base colour to start with. Unless you prefer the lighter looking camels ones. I probably picked the wrong ones, but just a little bit more paint. Okay, right, that is running and lay that on. I do use that one a lot. Yeah, so I'm not worried too much if some of the dark but the undercoat's showing through on those. I'm quite happy for that to happen. So next, let's start with some of these colourful chaps. Oh, that's a good colour. Let's go crystal blue. Let's get straight in there. These guys are traders and stuff, so they can have some real bright silks and I want them to be a bit zingy, you know. Yes, I would advise you to paint all these separate. You know what I mean? Evening, Gary. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Nice. Give somebody else a bit of blue. Just yeah. I'm just looking at the camels we've got for reference. Kind of using the ones on the Griffin Beast website for a painting palette. What colours I'm going to use? This army paint does go on very well once you put that medium in it. What green should we use? Ooh. Good question. Let's use Crypt Wraith. No, let's go one shade dark. Let's go to Angel Green. And I'm just going to thin this one a bit more than the blue. Some paints work better when you thin them, some like being a bit more opaque if you put them on. Yes, hope so. I'm good. Are you good, Gary? Trying to think what I've been doing this week. Start of the week I posted Rich's miniatures off, which was good. Which was the American Civil War and the Slain stuff. If any of you caught any pictures of it on X or Facebook or something. Got that one done. And then I know I'll paint Hero Quest, which I painted. What else did we do this week? Oh, we did some more Dead Man's Hand Down Under, which is quite cool. They've been waiting patiently for me to get to them. Ned Kelly's gang and stuff. Yeah, that's all good. Alright, so it's done those ones grey. I think we'll have the cloth of the so it's like a saddle, horse's saddle blanket. I suppose it's a camel blanket or something. Well, ahoy, shipmate, how you doing? Hopefully everything arrived safely, mate. I presume it has, because I've not had an angry email. Yeah, so as you see, I've thinned that green out, and it just works so much better on the when you thin it out. Right, let's use some Crusader Skin Speed Paint to. Oh no, we're going to use mid brown. It's pretty much the same as the flesh tone, but kind of probably just a little tone slightly darker. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I got carried away with the slain ones. It didn't really show up on the photographs. I'm glad they arrived safely. Yes. Yeah, sometimes it's quite hard to get the miniatures. I don't like putting when I take the photographs in the light box. I just take them as is. I don't um, adjust the photograph afterwards. What I take is what I take. So sometimes, well, they never look as good as they do in the flesh. Which I think is better, really. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna pop down and see the Beasties in Siren this weekend. They're doing Sword Point Rich. So I'll do a Pirate Rich interviews. Good stuff at Cameron Martin's face again. He's awesome, Martin. He just switches straight into interview mode. He's ace. Which is awesome. Okay. Let's try this. I used this one earlier, Chaotic Red. It's kind of a weird colour, this one. It's like a dried blood colour. I'll show you what I mean. Show you what I mean. It's like a dirty brown or a weird mauve, or I don't know. Good job I don't name paints in it. Dirty. Oh my. A couple of times I've made armies for it. Inevitably sold them off because yeah, because yes. I think it's May, isn't it? The next one they're doing down there. I think. Yeah, thin in that paint. Oh yeah. when when they first I can't remember which one it was. I decided I wanted to do the Aztecs, or something. And at the time you couldn't get the miniatures for it. I I had to go digitally sculpting some. Yeah. And I got as far as sculpting one of them, and then thought, you know what, this is going to be far too much work. Uh, yeah, I just thought that was an interesting colour. That one. That one again is chaotic red, not dried scabby blood red, as, as I aforementioned. And we do. As ever, when you paint, if you can use the same colour on a few miniatures at one time, bring a bit of batch painting stylish into it, speeds it up just a little bit. And by the end of your sets, you've saved quite a bit of time, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? So next we shall put down Brain Matter Beige. These are areas we're probably going to turn into white, but we're going to start them from an off-white so we can put a bit of a wash on them. I've got some Syracuse and Greeks, didn't I? I did some on the video. I've got some of those already painted up. Only a few for Saga. Yeah, the Warlord, the Syracuse uh, Warlord, a brilliant miniature from Griffin Beast. He's one of the ones I did at the Grand Malar. I liked him so much, I had to paint him again. Yeah, I'm just using the matte medium in this just to. It seems some colours just it just, when they're thinner, they just cover better, and it's kind of weird thinking if I thin this paint, it covers better, but it just does. It makes the paint work better. Got a big ruby kind of scarf going on there as well. So we'll make sure we leave that alone. Alright, evening, Nick. How are you, mate? Welcome aboard. Now, Nick's usually doing this while he's waiting for his dinner to cook. So have you eaten yet, Nick? Or is that pizza we can smell? I had pizza earlier, that's why I mentioned it. Nom 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 nom. Oh, pardon me. Some other turbans. Oh dear, Nick. Well, at least you've eaten, mate. That's the main thing. And you're here, which is another thing as well. That's another positive. Well, yeah. Thought they were a bit different to do on here. This is the is the code. Arab baggage. SSC02. They're for, I think it's in Book of Battles, and I think the scenario is called Escort. I think that's it. I can't remember. And I didn't have time to grab my Book of Battles to double check before we started, so. It's always handy having stuff like this for scenario games, isn't it? Narrative games. Yeah. It's alright every so often, isn't it? Just bugging the miniatures on the table and banging into each other and having a bit of a bash, but these games do work much, much, much better when there's a story going on. I know we did one once, and my mate had misread the rules on how the caravan moves, and it shot across the table at such a pace the people defending it or the people attacking it just couldn't catch it. It just went zoom. But yeah, they do look interesting. You're right. And I think because they do, it kind of makes the table look interesting as well, doesn't it? So yeah. So keep laying down this base coat. Yeah, send Nick. There's a Griffin Beast sword point event in Siren tomorrow, so they keep your ears open for the notifications. I'll try and remember to go live, but I'll also try and make a video with some stills of all the armies and stuff. Take my posh camera with me. Hmm. This guy. Xenophil's rear. As I say, I went quite heavy on the grey. You don't want too many on your baggage train because it'd just be a constant thing across the table and be really easy to attack. I've also had a game. Who was I? I was playing my pagan Russ. I mean, I do like to get into the D&D player comes out when I'm doing skirmish playing. I'm afraid, and yeah, my pagan Russ warlord is called Bolvar the Basher. I know Bolvar the Banger. He's a bit of a headbanger, and yeah, the scenario started out all right. Um, he wasn't really interested in getting the caravan though. He just was more interested in laying into the Who was they fighting against? I can't remember. It was light cavalry with sort of composite bowies. Sorry, it's gone. I can't remember. But yeah, he was more interested in attacking those than the caravan. That was his plan. If he kills all the enemy, then he can take the caravan unopposed. Which was pretty much his tactics to everything. Abomination Gore. Next, we're going to lay down some base colour red. Oh, no, we won't, because we did that last time, didn't we? We went straight to the vampire red. Which a couple of tones up, closer to the other red. Yeah, so we're doing blue. Yeah. That's always good fun. I remember one scenario, it was like we had to kind of was it you had to take you had to subdue some lesser troops to bring them back into order or something. I can't remember what the scenario was. And good old Bolfar lost his way and just attacked them outright. I think there's a story written about him on my friend's blog, if it's still up. If you check out the Byzantine guy on WordPress, it's got some of the old saga campaigns that we did. There was a Welsh, a Norman invasion of Wales, sort of a bit after Hastings, after he went on his castle building spree. That was very interesting. I should imagine it's still online. I'm sure Rich is checking now for me. Hello again, Ben. So yeah. We used to try and do the Byzantine guy used to write stories, then we'd game and then it went up for the next chapter and all that sort of stuff, which is good. And we That's some interesting games. There was one, I think he had 9 saga points of Normans, and I had 4 of Welsh, and I had to try and hold this valley for so many turns so the local villagers could all basically run away. But of course, with that big because this was Saga 1 rules as well, so you had the massive logistical problem of having to move everything and not have any dice to do it with. Whereas my Welsh was zinging around the table, doing what the hell they liked. Which is good. Good fun. These are fun to paint. I think this looks alright on camera because it looks like I'm getting some weird angles. So I've completely changed where I put the camera. Do you like it? Is it better? Worse? Should I never ever do it again? Does it look the same? Have I just gone bonkers? Is it me that's changed? If any of those questions made sense, please answer one. The light seems a bit different on it. Yeah. Juicy, juicy cloth on there. Silk cloths and stuff. So yeah, I'm just making sure that I have to keep making sure that the miniature stays in shot because obviously I tried to place the camera so I'm not kind of looking around the edge of it as I'm painting, so I can have a bit more of a comfort. As you imagine, after doing like 3 hours of this, while sitting at a funny angle to look around the edge of a camera, it's not good. Doesn't feel good. So I thought, oh no, I fiddled around with it earlier. See if I can or can I make it better. Yeah, it does seem to be a bit yeah. Well, I'm not going to overanalyze it. It's good enough for me, Rich. If you said it's all good, it's all good. What's this one? Find a good wash to put on the camleys. Yeah, after not liking this red for a long time, it's kind of going to be my go-to red. It's, if you're talking GW colours, I think it's very close to that Mephiston red, which I used to use a lot for the base colour on stuff. Let's start off with let's get to that Abomination Gore. I think it's the darker red. And he's quite. I just refilled the wet palette before we started. That's got quite a lot of moisture in it, which is covering pretty good. Yeah, I'll see if I can get down. So I'll go to the saw point tomorrow. Then next weekend it's the saga event there, isn't it, Rich? I'll try and pop up. I'll double check with Rich because that's Rich's event, I think. See if I bring some saga stuff up to sell. Yeah. We're doing 1 hour in. Woohoo! 1 hour? Yeah. Time flies, doesn't it? Oh, okay. Ah. Love Scout car. I don't paint enough for World War II stuff. I do like painting it, but is that 28mm stuff, Ben? Is that 28? I painted a load of 10mm World War II stuff. I think that was for the Lardy team. Was it? Oh, Chain Command. 15mm. Oh. A scale I both love and hate in equal measure. I think it's one of those scales. I love the look of it, but I always spend too much time on it. I do prefer swapping to 10mm. I think I'm using this scar tissue as a base for like a pink cloth. Let's see. Let's give it a good shake first. I've still got some old 15mm armies kicking around, I think. Oh, don't know. I think there's a Normans and Samurai, maybe? And of course, I've got the fancy ones as well, the Orcs, and there's an Orc one and a Elf one. Yeah, you get those Goths done, mate. Yeah. So when I see them though, I look at 10mm stuff now, and it's got as much detail as the 15, but because it's small, you tend not to paint it. I was like, I was laughed at Beast Towers. So I said 10. I like 10mm because it's got all of the detail of 15 and all the cutesy rootsy of 6mm. I didn't probably need to say that in front of sort of 6mm wargamers. Ahoy! How are you, shipmate? And ahoy biscuit. Between biscuits in the room. Biscuit. So, Rach. So, one of our late joiners, we're painting tonight is the Arab baggage. First, it's a saga scenario. So you get all these guys, and those who don't know, it's the scenario in saga. So you'll have the table set up, and these guys will come on one edge, and it's one army's job to protect them, and the other, or warband if you like, and it's the other warband's job to capture them and steal their precious. Yeah, it's a really cool little set. And it's going to look really bright and lively by the time, because it's an Arab train. It's going to have all the silks and the rich cloths, and so you get to paint all the bright colours. Hence me cracking out stuff like the pink and stuff. So these are still the base colours going on at the moment. And for that added bit of pressure, instead of painting them all separately and putting them on the base, which is what I'd advise anybody to do, I decided to put them all on the base all at once. Because we enjoy a bit of a challenge. Yeah, the camels are cool, aren't they? Although, Rach, they're not as cool as the boy goat, the Billy. Look at him. He's Billy Big Balls. I'm probably going to get struck off. He's calling. Look at his face. Look. Meh. And there's his missus who looks right fed up with the kids. And he don't look too happy. The bloke has got him, see. But Billy, that's oh dear. It's Billy's missus. You can name her if you like. It's Billy and Billetta. Oh, what was the slobs called? Wayne and Waynetta. Billy and Billnetta. They're not that wide. Seems there's four of them, Ben. It's the three unwise men. Yeah, you have failed to reach the IQ level to become a wise man. Therefore, we are the three wise men, and you're just our hanger-oner. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, let's not use that one. Let's use. It is a nice one. And we'll have to use it. Yeah, it's going to be a good one for. We'll do this scenario with James. So James will be able to either try and rescue or pinch these guys. Right, I'm using light tone now, which is a sepia based one. And I'm just thinning it down. just for the camels. Three Wise Men and Bob. Yeah. Like that. The Three Wise Men and yeah, and this is Bob. Yeah. Bob. Sir Bob. I was thinking about Rodney or Dave. There we go. I'm just going to drop more of that out. Because that sepia is going to dry a bit better on there than the other one. Because the soft tone's got a very amount of brown in it, whereas this one's got sepia brown, so it's going to leave that yellowy look that we want. Yeah, they do a camel with the warlord on it, don't they? I painted that one a few times. It's a really cool miniature. He sat on top of it and then cross-legged. I can't remember. It's the other way around, Ben. You've got one wise man and three sort of moderately sensible men. Three salesmen. We have followed the star. Does anyone want to buy any encyclopedias? Yes. So we played Hero Quest last night, which was jolly fun, and Had the help of a dog, which is also fun. Oh, now I need a sky blue. Maybe Gorgon. Ice Storm, that'd be good. The monsters didn't stand a chance with Tank helping him. Well, there was one point where a dice went on the floor and we thought he was going to eat it, which would have been a bit of an issue. So we're going for Ice Storm. Which is such a light blue, you can hardly see it on camera. Yeah, I'm just thinning the paint down. Stuff that's got a lot of white in it tends to water down quite well. Alright, good evening. Welcome aboard, shipmate. How have you been this week? Have you been going for it? What have we been doing? See what I did there. Ha! What's been on your painting desk? Okay, what are we doing? Oh, yeah. So I'm almost through all the base coats of stuff. Let's start layering stuff up. There it goes. Get as far as we can tonight for sure. 1 hour 20 minutes we're into. So we're going alright at the moment. Not particularly worried about getting complete layers. I'm doing letting the Zenithal do its work, but some paints cover better than others. And that's just one of them. So, let's do another cloth on the back of the camel, different colour. Sorry about that, I was off the screen. So I've changed where the camera is, so bear with me when I still work out where I got all the miniature. Do feel free to shout at me in the comments. No, you're off screen. Ahoy, Kev, how you doing, shipmate? That we're painting Arabs, mate. Please tell me. Please tell me you finished your Arabs. Go on. Have you finished them? Oh, well done, mate. Because I was gonna start walking. I was gonna say I could have walked to your house and painted them by now. Well done, mate. We're gonna have void shield because everyone knows Arabs have had void shield technology. Well done, Kev. So have you moved on to something else yet, or haven't? I'm trying to remember what else you had on the go. You had something else on the go, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Blue. Oh, sorry, Kev. Yeah, this is what we're doing tonight. We're doing the Arab baggage for Saga. It's another Griffin Beast miniature. So you've got one base of camels. You put these in any order you like, really. And there's Billy. And Billetta and the kids. And for the, what's it called? I'm sure it's called Escort, the scenario these were for. From Book of Battles. And yeah, so basically it's quite a handy little set. And it's cool fun to paint. Oh, very cool fun to paint. These would go well with your arrows, mate, for that scenario. I think they're for the Crusades kind of book as well. I think there's a snare in there for them. Might be wrong. But there's one in the Book of Battles, so yeah, you could use them as King's War historical. Is that what you've based your ones for? Just trying to grab some colours I don't usually use, because that's always good fun when you do something like this. That's a little too green. I get you. This is Wizard's Orbs. I think that's orb, but it's funny saying Wizard's Orbs. Anybody'd say I've been drinking tonight, but I really haven't. So I've thinned that down because it's quite thick, that paint. Went to see Wizard the other day, had his orbs out. He said he knew it was coming, he felt it in his orbs. He said some bloke called Bob had told him. He was hanging around with his three wise mates. That was an in-joke there, Kev, that you'd So, Kings of War Historical's the second edition, isn't it? I don't think, are they not doing it for third edition, or does it port straight across? Do you know? I don't know. From what I was reading on when I was reading the third edition rules, it doesn't seem to be a big difference. Is it basically 2 with some FAQs? Alright. I bet it is. I bet it's second edition with just FAQs updates. The best thing about that, the historical one, is it just gives you the points cost. You can write your own army list, doesn't it? Right at the top of the screen there, so everyone's giving anyone a nosebleed there. I do like Kings of War. Not played it for a while, but we were playing it with in 10mm as well. It's it completely changes the game, which is excellent, eh? Excellent, eh? Let's start working some fancy colours. Just looking at that green, and it's going to look really good at edging that darker green. That's why I say even if it's not the order you want to do something, if something pops into your head, you think, yeah, that'll look good. You should always do it. Do it, do it, do it. do a red. Look, a bright red on there. So let's start with that dragon red in there. Oh, sorry, not dragon. Dragon or vampire? Vampire red. Yes. It's usually in this point in the proceedings I get distracted by something. I think I might start doing that actually. Kind of when we're an hour and a half into a video or something, I'll go and get a random miniature from somewhere in the room. Does that sound like a good plan? Or should I just carry on painting? Who wants to see a random miniature? No one does, that's fine, I'll carry on painting. Okay. Right. So, random miniatures. I've got 2 shelves in front of me, 2 shelves to my right, or 4 shelves to my left. So the first question has to be right, left, or straight on. Oh, cheers. Cheers, mate. Well, I hope it encourages people to paint a little bit. That's and have some fun. It's very can be a lonely hobby, really, can it? Sort of, not lonely, but you can get quite isolated doing it. Don't keep it fun. You can soon run out of steam, if you know what I mean. Oh, the basing? What, for Kings of War, or what's that for, Kev? Yeah, I mean, I've done a couple. I didn't see as much point in me painting 40k on video, because there's some great painters, and there's only so much room, isn't there? But thank you. So on when I base for the 10mm. Yeah, you're right. I'm with you. The variety is the spice of life, isn't it? Oh, what do I do? I always multi-base, mate. Always multi-base on Kings of War. It's so much fun to see a Goblin Legion. I think they're in a draw. Or some Dusty Skaven, or Ratkin, if you like, over there. And a Doom Bell. That's my Kings of War Ratkin army. He's got all the GW stuff. Rich, I was going to grab a random miniature, wasn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pick a number, Rich, from 1 to 8. And that's the shelf I'll go to. Okay, so you can see we're going on quite well. It's an hour and 40 minutes before. Ah, cheeky number 7. Oh, right, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, there's a lot of dragons on that shelf. I don't know if I get them onto camera. Oh, we picked a 4 as well. Okay, I'll go to 4 and 7. Okay, 7 first. There's actually some saga painting stuff on there as well. And a Syracuse. Who was talking about Syracuse Greeks earlier? There's one on there. That's strange, isn't it, Rich, that you picked that shelf? There you go, mate. I won't grab the dragons or the zombies and stuff up there. We'll grab him. You have to excuse the dust. Yep, he was sitting up there, mate. That is weird that you picked that one there. I can't resist. I've got to try and get a dragon on screen. Small dragon or big dragon? It's an impossible dragon to get on. Here we go. Let's move these back. This dragon is so dusty. Dragons are a dust trap. Right. He's quite big and quite dusty. Let's get him out of the way. That was inspired by a book I had as a kid of dinosaurs. 1, 2, 3. And let's have a look at 4. We've got very old school miniatures on 4. We've got all old Round Partha stuff and old Citadel stuff. So I'll grab one of those. Or there's an Orc Pirate. Be a shame not to show you the Orc Pirate. I'll tell you what, I'll grab an old TSR one as well. How's that? Okay, so I had to grab the Orc Pirate as we went past. That's from Black Scorpion Design. I think that's the captain. I think the other one's... Oh no, that's the Admiral, that one. And last, before I get back on with what I'm supposed to be doing, there we go. An old TSR Round Partha from, when was this? 1989. That's the old... Is that the Furbolg or... Yeah. Or Hill Giant, one of the two, I can't remember. There we go. Back to my painting. Yeah. Oh, the dragon. That's what I was just telling about. The dragon was when we were kids, and you have the dinosaur books. There's always a picture of an allosaur, like bright orange with the black darts on it, if you know what I mean. And that's what I tried to paint that dragon as. So that was a new feature in Pirate Rich Paints, where I go off-piste and grab random images. Back on with it. So next is Red Tone. Thank you very much, Rach. think it'd take a lot of dusting is needed in here, really. So I'm just going to start laying down a little bit of tone on these guys. Just washing it over because that one, the giant come off of, mate. There's some real, like, from the start of miniatures on that shelf. Even kicking out at the back of my painting table, if you look. Right above where the cowl is at the moment, there's a really old miniature. Okay, so just put a bit of medium into this red now, just to make sure it doesn't go too blotchy. It's really mostly going to show around those ropes. Well, this wash isn't really for the big flat areas, but where we're going to go and highlight it anyway, it doesn't really matter. You run the risk of it making it blotchy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I take it. It depends which ones I'm basing there, Kev. I tend to paint, then glue them on, and then I'll either use some of the armies. I use the pomace, like this stuff, and some I'll actually dip into flock and stuff. But it's just a case of being careful and it's sticking the glue in between. Yeah, but definitely you want to paint them first, then glue them down, and then put the stuff on. Just be careful you don't get it on the miniatures, really. That's all the only advice I can really offer. I think the thing to remember, the thing that changed it for me on Kings of War basing was when I was first doing it, I used to try and get the total figure count onto a base, and there's never enough room, so I don't worry so much now. I put the number of miniatures on there that that fit nicely, if you know what I mean, and looks right, rather than get a total figure count. You're absolutely right, Rich. I need to get some purple on these miniatures just in case Karen drops in. You're absolutely right. My life would not be worth some purple going on. Or this red scab is almost purple. Nope. I won't get away with that one, will I? It's really weird because I'm putting that red tone over it and it's kind of making it very purpley. Yeah, I think you got to go with what looks right, Kev. I see a guy that did his undead army, and every base was like a graveyard scene. So he'd put all the gravestones in and what have you, and it looked amazing. It looks a bit weird when it's moving around the table because the graveyard is moving around the table, but as for a display army, it looked amazing. Right, let's grab some purple. And we're painting purple just in case Karen drops by. Let's find a prominent one. That one right on top, shall we? This is where somebody in the comments tomorrow go, well, there should be a purple in there. Well, they don't know. If they knew. Yeah, it's one of my favourite things in what Kings of War is my legion of gobos, and I've done every single miniature and got them all on the base. It's just a huge base of miniatures, and it looks so good on the table. And I remember my son was using the gobos, and I was using, I can't remember what it was, but they had a dragon, and I thought, ha ha! I will attack the Goblin Legion with my dragon. Oh my god! I was thinking, I shouldn't have done this. This is not a great idea. Oh, cheerio! Thanks for dropping by. So now we're going to get the blue tone out. Once that ball bearing's moving, you know you're about there. Oh, pardon me. So go straight over the top of all that blue. I think that was that void blue or Viking blue. Oh no, it's crystal blue, wasn't it? That his belt, and the other one was the light one, which was ice blast or something. It's a very grey blue. Hence this tone that's grey on it. Yeah, there's lots out there. It's just whatever works for you. So most of the smaller bases, like the sort of saga size single bases, if you like, 2p size, I do like using the pomace. But I used to use flock and dried out coffee. You know, used out the coffee percolator. That makes great mud. But you have to make sure it's dried out properly, otherwise it will go mouldy. I used to lay it out on a baking sheet and dry it out in the oven for a bit, and then leave it on, empty it onto kitchen towel, and leave it for a day or so on kitchen towel, just make the last of the moisture out, and then put it in. I've got like a lunch box of it underneath my desk here. I literally do a random bit of glue on your base, chuck it in the coffee grains, wait for that to dry, and then the gaps in between it, that with glue, straight in the flock. I just find that used to work really well. I'm gonna water some of this red down and just put it on that pink. That was scar tissue pink. That was. Gonna pick that on because I thought it'd work well with this tone, and then I forgot to put it on there. There we go. And we're gonna. Yes, Luke's basing stuff. It's very good. I think that's what I used on the Agincourt stuff that I painted for the Sword Point book. Griffin Beast wanted that on there. That was geek gaming, isn't it? Luke's APS stuff. Very good. But I think you can make your own of it as well. And it's not, I don't think it's over expensive, and it is good. But I just like making my own. But I go through lots and lots of stuff, so yeah, it's not always cost effective to buy it. But I certainly think if you're only doing a little bit, it's neat stuff to use. I think it's good. I've used it, so certainly got nothing bad to say again about it. What's the one I used? Arid, I think Arid Ground or something. That was pretty good. I mean, it's arid earth, isn't it? I mean, I used a lot of it because I had to do 2 whole armies of it. I think I used about 4 or 5 bags of stuff. So, right, yeah, we've got the light tone again. I'm just watering it. It's gone quite dark on there, and it's just a little bit pulled, so I've gone up there with just a bit of the medium. This is why I said earlier I don't really mind, because I'm going to go over the top of that with some white. So at the moment that's the Brain Matter Beige. That's why I went to use it on the white areas, so I could use the wash on it. that was my plan. And then when we go back in and highlight it, the wash is almost saying, ah, highlight here. There's quite a bit of painting in these minis. But say we'll get as much as we can done, and then I'll do what I usually do, finish it off camera and put the pictures on X. Just laying down that. This is the light one, which is the sepia base one again. Over that beige is just going to make it all look a little bit dirty and dusty. But so we'll go back in and highlight it back out as well. So that's cool. I think we'll put some brune trousers. It's perhaps monster brown. Just to put some different browns in there, really. I think as painters we get drawn to our favourite colours to use, if you know what I mean. And sometimes we get a little bit lazy. So, oh, brown, I'll grab that brown, I'll grab that brown. Which is okay, but every so often I try and do a week or so of painting where I grab colours that I don't usually use and try and force them into the palette I'm doing. It changes the way you paint. It's like that red, where I always go from the Abomination Glow. Yeah, cheers, Kev. That's the Abomination red, I think. And that's the vampire. So by forcing myself down that, using that other one, we've gained a different colour, which I think is cool. It's like it's brown, it doesn't really matter. Their trousers, I'm not too worried about. So little of them there, there's just get some colour on them. If your eye gets drawn to their trousers by the time I finish these, I've done something wrong. He's got bright blue trousers, so he can have this brown on his shoes. again, when I do the base of these, I will probably go slightly browner. It technically should be sandy, but I'm going to make it sort of arid. I'm going to go fur brown for a minute. Just for he's got like boots, so. Yeah, so the ground I'll put probably a little bit more brown than anything, because I want to use it for different games, so I tend to go quite neutral with my bases, so they can be used with any game or scenario that I want. Whereas if I just did sand and I've got like a grass cloth table, so the cloth I'm using on that particular table was a green one. It's going to look a bit daft with a sandy base in it, so. Just belt the seam because we can. I'll just grab a brush with a point on the end for that. They're quite handy. Again, I'm going to put some wash over that as well, so. We've got a chance to change it up. That pink's gone really good with that red over the top. Like that. So I'm just having there's lots going on here, so it's making sure that we got know where I'm going next with the paints. Let's have a look at these guys. Start thinking about the goats in a minute. What colours we're going to use for those? They're kind of blotchy colour, don't they? The goat, Araby goats. What's it called? Is it like piebald or whatever? I don't know. Is that any horses? You know what I mean. The old patch is a different colour. And it's calico in fish, isn't it? Or horses piebald? Guinea pigs piebald. Surely somebody will know. Somebody's going to put me right in the comments. Let's find a good brown for them anyway. I'm gonna go with. Have I got some of that out already? Yeah, I got some fur brown. Yeah, I thought so. Can goats and sheep be piebald then, Rich? That is the question. I'm gonna use some greys. What is the grey that I want? No, that's not grey enough, that one. It's going to have to be one of these bad boys. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go for Filthy Cape. It's not really for Arabian goats then. Oh, they might have magpies over there. Where would I be without you, mate? That's outstanding work. Yeah. It'll be quite interesting tomorrow. Lots of photography. The camel's getting quiet. Well, his kit is almost painted, which is cool. Yeah, I kind of guessed when I looked at the set that I wasn't going to get more finished in this one sesh, but I thought we'd get a lot of it done. Again, as a feather, I'm going to try and get like the get to a tabletop ready in one sesh, and then do the embellishments like we'll do the patterns on the cloth and patterns on their clothes, etc. So what we're trying to do is in the video show kind of the level we're getting it to. Let's get our secret weapon out. I haven't used that for a while, have we? We're going to go for our burnt umber model air. And we're going to do the straps on the camels. The butt strap goes around its poor little tail. I'm not sure if that's a technical term for that. It's the G-string whale tail for camels. For camels that want to rock that look. The Paris Hilton look. I don't know what my wife fed me earlier, but obviously something strange. And this camel's like I think it's the sportier version, because it's like only got one strap on it. This one's got loads. That's the one with lots of straps is the sport version. Don't know much about camels really. Remember riding on one at London Zoo when I was a kid. I'm thinking, bloody hell, this thing is massive. And oh my god, how high up are we? Why am I... There's like these bench seats either side of it. And why is there like all these kids strapped to this wild beast? There we go. Let's do that. Yeah, I definitely will. I mean, I generally go to the and have a good nose at the sword point events because it's always looks kind of cool with the big armies. I love looking at other people's painting. Just grab inspiration, don't you, from other people, you know. Oh, I wonder if Lord S will be using his papal army. He could do. I painted him one. That you'd like that, Rich. Made all the banners for it as well. I think that's what he'll be using. I wouldn't bet my house on it, but so yeah, it's I found sometimes if you put this fillet over a white, you can kind of dapple it around with your brush, and it kind of looks like you're doing like a rudimentary grain. Can you see what I mean on there? So I've kind of ruffled the paint up. That's best I can explain it, really. It helps if you thin it a little bit with your medium. See what I mean? You can leave just looking a little bit rough, so it's sort of yeah. Done his shoes, so he uses brown for the shoes. That's the good thing about our secret weapon. It works on leather, it works on wood. We bit off quite a bit painting this set. Pretty good. It's not a bad price for it, really, either, is it? I'm pretty sure it's 22 quid. Sorry. It's maybe not the cheapest miniatures in the world, but you got what, 1, 2, 4 infantry, 4 goats, 2 camels. Not bad, is it? And all the fun that they bring. Right, got to think about this cloth underneath there. I'm thinking blue. That's where I immediately, maybe this blue. Which I think was crystal blue, maybe? What I've been trying to do with the colours on these is leave a nice solid base to either highlight or paint a pattern on top. That's what I've been. If you look at all these areas you paint in there, that's how they've been sculpted, so you can, they're nice and flat. Good miniature practice your freehand on. Got some nice big rolls of cloth there to make some nice cool patterns on. Put a bit of more green on there. Not all over, so we just darken that bit down. So most of the areas we're painting at the moment, we're going to go back over anyway. I'm going to use skeleton bone. I'm going to paint all the ropes on the back of the camel in with that. Then when we hit them with the wash, and look nicely like good old-fashioned rope. Just a little bit of medium, just to make it fly with your brush. Could have used the beige either, really. But I'm using the skeleton because it's a little bit lighter. So we're going to get a better contrast when we put the tone on it. We can either use the sepia based one or any of the tones will work, even like the strong tone. This is nice and dry. keep a little bit medium in your brush. It's nice and damp. You'll have plenty of paint in there. And as long as you don't press down too hard. That's the art of it, is being nice and gentle. Let that medium make the paint run off your brush. I think there's a tendency to sort of scrub the paint on. And what we want is the bit like sort of, when you use a pipette and the brush is just holding the moist paint ready. As soon as you touch down and zip. There we go. Letting that paint run into the details of the rope. That's nicely sculpted in there for us. There we go. Yeah. So I think what else have we been doing? What I said earlier, the Dead Man's Hand Down Under. So it's all the Ned Kelly gang and all that. State police. This is good. The Kickstart coming soon, I think. Time 2 hours 37. Okay. So what I like to see is anything that we're tabletopping to take about 3 hours. So to be honest, if we painted the sheep, well, goats, we're there, aren't we? Yeah, that's good enough to chuck on the table. So when I've done these ropes, we're going to goats. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to think what I've got to paint next. Oh, that's what I was gonna. Yes, I remember now. I was going to get some World War One stuff for that War Reimagined. And the Beasties have got a lot of World War One stuff I want to have a look at, because I know a lot of it I've used for other projects, and a lot of them they don't come with the heads. You have like a sprue for a head swap, which I thought would be ideal for that. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, so let's get a colour for their beards. They've got like a really dark brown, almost brown black, so I'm going to use. Yes, yes, Rich, that's what I was going to look at, because I've used some of them for some other projects I've done where people have. What was the one oh, a very British Civil War. Somebody wanted some soldiers that looked like part of their army, and they do a sprue with guys with flat caps on, which I swapped out for the army heads. And I thought, I bought the Doggle and Front game because I think it's kind of a very cool concept. But if you check out the Beasties World War II stuff, it's really, really nice. I painted some of the modern stuff as well. That's quite cool. Quite cool. It is cool. I did the video with the sci-fi stuff, but there's also I painted some SAS guys and that sort of thing. Cheers. Cheers, Ben. Yeah, this is the Vallejo model colour German brown. Yeah, German black brown. Which again is another really neat paint that they do. Oh, it's just right for their beards. It could be right for the sheepy goaty chaps. Yeah, it's just a really good paint, and if you water it down or use it thick, it really pays the rent on its space on your desk, I think. So I'll show. I like the flame model colours. They got that slightly matte finish to them. Just waiting for the new army painter stuff to arrive. Yeah, come on, army painter. Send me some stuff. In fairness, I keep tagging them in all the paint jobs where I use just army painter. But this matte needs replacing army painter. It would be nice for the army painter across there, wouldn't it? Hint, hint. I think that one should be dark brown as well. Yes. I think I've got a tank to make actually. I bought a Matilda just because I like making tanks. Or is it a Churchill? It might be a Churchill. I can't remember. But it's quite fun doing mud and chips and all that sort of stuff. Mm, mm, yeah, I know what you mean, Rich. I forgot about that. You just reminded me. Just in general, I don't really like sticking stuff together. I'd much rather paint. Yeah, certainly is, my friend. I think they're... Is that the 20? I think it's usually a £20 box, that one. Is it about... Is it 8 of them in there, isn't there? Might be a 16. It's getting your hands on, because they're not always around, those ones. Oh, right, yeah, so that is. Oh, the box, I was thinking about the blister, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking about the blister, which is about 16 to £20, yeah, 30 odd quid, yeah. Well done, Ben. Bargain. Nice. Oh yeah, I found that thing you sent me, Rich, about how to let people share their pictures on my Facebook page. But I thought what I'll do is I'll get people to message pictures to me of their painting, and I can put a post up then of crediting you with the work. So yeah, when you painted any of your Griffin Beast stuff, if you want to message it to me at my Pirate Rich Paints Facebook page, I can then put a post up, and that'd be cool. And my crewmates stuff up on my Facebook page. I think that's cool. I think that's a good idea. That seems a good idea to make that one at the front purple as well. And at least then you can tell Karen that we painted them purple whether she's here or not. Yeah. Well, I just thought then the right people to get tagged in it as well. Because obviously I want to tag the beasties in it as well, because they'll want to see it. It's weird, the algorithms on the um, social media. It's like the last couple of weeks I've been getting the messages from Facebook that I've been hitting these targets, like so many 100 posts and all this sort of stuff. And each time I sort of repost it, I get more hits. So obviously, you guys liking stuff and following and that sort of thing, or commenting, all adds to the I think the amount of people they shove it in front of. Seems to be very keen on doing things like the stories and the reels. I don't know why. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's do some green wash onto those greens. I'm just coming up to 3 hours. I say, it's really just the sheet mainly to finish, and then all the fancy bits. So we made pretty good progress. Let's get the crappy brush again. In fairness, if they were on the single miniature holders, I'd have painted them a little bit quicker. Not an awful lot, I don't think. But they're certainly starting to look tabletop ready, aren't they? So as we're getting towards the end of this paint session, I think that's the main thrust of what I'm saying here. Oh wow. Yeah, cheers for sharing that, mate. Yeah, any sharing that goes on, it really does help, because obviously all helps put it in front of different people. I think just after that, I got another couple of people found me on YouTube. I know it's Blue Sky's changed what it's doing as well. That they're saying it's no longer invitation only, is it? So I noticed once they did that, I got a few more followers on that as well. We've done the red, we've done the blue and the white there. Some blue on there, we've not done yet. Yeah. They seem quite good value boxes, those American War of Independence ones. There we go. Peripherals. Yeah, I've not tried those rules. I know they bought them when they come out. Cause they're Tomahawk ones, aren't they? Yeah, well, I painted all those front rank miniatures for sharp practice, and then never got around to playing it. It's my buddy's job to do the rule mongering, and I'm the hired help to paint the miniatures. They're the ones that I painted, and somebody told me I painted them wrong. When Griffin Beast put the pictures up. I'd used a picture on Google of a still from one of the episodes of Sharp to paint my regiment. I think it's from Sharp's regiment. The one where he goes back and him and Harper go back to find the missing regiment. Well, I used that because I thought that was a cool looking uniform. Have you actually played it yet, Rich, or just read through it? Right, so ready, Oxy. Yeah, let us know how you get on. Or send us some pics and I'll put them up on the Facebook page. That looked good, wouldn't it? Or whatever. Right, I'm going to paint those. I can't decide if they're sheep or goats. I suppose they're sheep. Or shoats. Or geep. Right, let's show you what we got done tonight, because that's 3 hours and my brain's gone to mush. Okay, that's camels, so we've got to do the highlight on the camels to make them look a bit brighter. Obviously the patterns on the cloth, maybe a little bit of edge highlighting on them, a bit of highlighting on there. So I think tabletop ready wise, paint the base and that'd be ready to go, but I'm probably going to push the painting on that one a bit. Again, there's a little bit highlighting to do, and then Billy's got to be painted, and Billy's bongos, and Billetta, Wilhelmina. And the kids. So yeah, so I've only got a lot left to do. I think for 3 hours work, I think that's acceptable. They're going to be look good on the table, won't they? Right, I'm going to leave that there for tonight, I think. Thank you for joining me again, guys. It's been a pleasure, never a chore. Watch out tomorrow, or maybe Sunday. It's probably going to be tomorrow I go to the Sword Point event. Just a quick reminder, if anyone else wants to know, that's the code for these guys on the Griffin Beast website. yeah. So sort of point event tomorrow. What I'll probably do is do some filming, some photography for a video. Also, I might do a couple of quick lives or even just a single live, just to say hello to everyone. Yeah, so watch out for them. If you're watching this back tomorrow, don't forget to subscribe and like and hit the notification bell so you, whenever I'm doing anything, you get informed. And don't forget to go and find us on Facebook, Twitter, sorry, X or Blue Sky. Okay then, guys, that's all the plug-in at the end done. I won't take any more of your precious time. Have a great weekend. Have a brilliant week, and I'll see you again soon, shipmates. Cheers then, guys, and bye-bye.